A great saint.
A very radical saint.
Well, St. Francis is one of the greatest saints in the history of the church.
I see rawness in his devotion, in his ministries.
That simplicity of life, love of God, love of the church.
He was not born a saint and didn't live much of his life in a very saintly way. But over time, God's grace worked in his heart and in his soul and brought about this great conversion.
You know, he grew up wealthy, from a very noble family.
He could have anything that he wanted.
Loved fine clothes and partying and spending time in the social scene and so forth.
He gave that all up to focus on God alone.
Literally took the clothes off of his body, gave it away, and since then just lived this really, really radical life of serving others.
Doing God's will, serving God. Doing that in the world, but detaching oneself from the world.
But he was very hardcore, very radical in his faith, and everything that he did was to help the poor, to help others, but also that people knew the gospel message.
St. Francis really shows us that call to simplicity, right? That call to, what's really important, right? What's really important is God in our lives and seeing God in others.
He was a human being like all of us. I'm sure he struggled, but he put his faith in God. And he said, okay, Lord, he prayed and said, help me to do your will. And I think that's something that all of us have to do.
To me, St. Francis is someone who searched for the will of God in his life, made a radical decision to live the will of God in his life. And that's why he became a saint. And I think that's why all saints become saints. That's why we can become saints if we imitate and do the same.